Hello everybody, Ken here, back for some more Hearthstone. Time for an arena run. Plonk. Okay, let's dive in. We've got a choice of Paladin, Rogue, Shaman. Let's go with Rogue.
They'll never see it coming.
It's in the middle. Okay, Mini-Mage, Preparation, very combo-y, not super strong. Molten Giant's nice in Rogue because you tend to take a lot of damage with your hitting stuff with your weapon. Cold Blood is very good. Gang Up is solid. You're always going to get decent cards, but games don't tend to run all the way to the end. Booty Bay Bodyguard is a decent body for sure. I'm going to take the Cold Blood. I like Cold Blood quite a bit. Okay. Silence. Card draw. Warlord. Get the Acolyte of Pain. Okay. Boar versus Murloc versus Direwolf. I think I prefer... Man, this is tough. We don't know what we're going to get, so I could draft quite aggressively. In which case, any of these are good. I think the Direwolf is nice and reliable. Anoyatron versus Auto Barber. I like Auto Barber a lot. It's a nice solid card. Lets you use your weapon to take out a couple of things. We grab the Haunted Creeper here. I think we'd be quite aggressive with this deck. Eviscerate, definitely better than those two cards. Infiltrator versus Tiger, both good, but if we're going to draft aggressive, the Infiltrator wins. Sharpsword Oil is better than both of those cards, I think. How are we on mechs? I don't think we have... Oh, we do have a mech. But is that worth the Iron Sensei? Maybe not. Madder Bomber is a very good card. It doesn't necessarily synergize with weak health stuff, but we haven't got a ton of weak health stuff. Madder Bomber can be good in a pinch, for sure. Clockwork Gnome versus Antique Healbot. I like the Healbot a lot for the Rogue because of the Restore Health. Neither of these are great without combos. Darksteel Healer is okay. This deck is already slowing down. War Golem's a nice big finisher. Again, you know, we'll play it how it comes. Defias Ringleader versus Eviscerate. We have an Eviscerate, so I think I'll take the Defias because Coin Defias is still really strong, even after it got nerfed. Bloodfen Raptor. We've got lots of 2-drops. I don't think we necessarily need a 2-drop. Do I like Spectral Knight more or Volcanic Drake more? We've got a lot of weak creatures, a lot of ways that lots of things are going to die. But Volcanic Drake, stats-wise, not as good as Spectral Knight. So unless this costs 4, I don't think it's necessarily as good. I'm going to go with the Spectral Knight. Just to be... It's a slightly safer play. It kind of always works well. Razorfen, Gilbin, Eviscerate. Sap or Brewmaster, I think, is the choice here. With this many 2-cost cards, the tempo isn't quite as interesting to me. Not a huge fan of most of these cards, really. I'd almost be tempted with the Volcanic Drake here. Leopard okay. But we're not super rushing down, so... I don't know. We didn't end up getting necessarily the cards to draft too aggressive. They'll Exorcist. Meh. One Eye Cheat. Again, kind of meh. Young Priestess is alright. Do I fancy that more, or do I fancy the Exorcist more? There's quite a lot of Death Rattle in But then even like a 3 mana 3/4 isn't outrageous, so we can Bobulator, Fell Reaver, Murloc, War Leader. We don't have any Murlocs, so this is still a good card though. Fell Reaver is great if you're in a deck built around having Fell Reaver as a finisher. Recombobulator is okay, but I don't think it's great in it again. You know, actually, it's good if you've got a lot of higher cost things. I think the War Leader kind of gives us a 3-drop, which is nice to round out our mana curve, or start rounding out our mana curve a bit more. Stormwind Champion versus Sprint. Given that we have some big minions already, I think I'll take the Sprint. Eviscerate versus a Flesh-Eating Ghoul. We have 2 Eviscerates. I need another 3-drop. Micro Machine is devastating if it works well. I think it beats out these 2. For me. Spectral Knight, Fan of Knives. Take the Fan of Knives. Curve a bit nicer. Bluegill Warrior or Betrayal. Take the Bluegill. I like Deadly Poison a lot. Don't like either of these cards all that much. Sharpsword Oil versus Sap. I'll take a second Sharpsword Oil. Sure. Spider Tank versus Loot Hoarder. Again, kind of curve out nicely. Spider Tank's a great card. I love Ooze, but I also love Defias Ringleader, and I think I might love it more than Ooze. Oh, Ooze can be so good, but then the strongest class is still kind of Mage, and that doesn't deal with weapons. And this provides 2 minions, 2 smaller minions, which is a little bit slower for the Mage to deal with. I mean, Twilight Drake's not going to be incredible necessarily, but it might be okay. I quite like Bloodsail Corsair as an alternative to Ooze. So I'm kind of tempted to take that. It's okay as a 1/2. Right, and there's our deck. It's not especially exciting, to be honest. We didn't get any SI7 agents. Didn't get a whole ton of combo potential, but it's okay. I don't think it's going to do incredible, but we can win a few games. You can win a few games with pretty much any deck. Unless you're intentionally drafting bad cards, I guess. So let's see who we come up against. Dubadum, 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 bum bum bum. Come on. Here we go. Our opponent now?
Valeera
It's a mage, because of course it's a mage. Breakage.
You asked for it. Watch.
A good name. It's a nice opening hand. Nice low-costed opening hand. That's what we like. Right. That's marginally better.
The pleasure is mine.
Oh.
Job's done.
Now, do we play the knife on turn 2 and then the auto barber? That's a slower play. If we can get away with it, then I think we do that. Because I like that play a lot. Hopefully there's no Swampoos here. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would be unfortunate. Man, why you gotta do me like this? The thing is, as soon as they cast a spell, well, you know,
Here we go.
you take what you can get, I suppose. That's not ideal, because if they have a spell, then they can back into us, but you know, they have to use a spell, so. What spell do you use here if you're the mage? Probably looking to play a water elemental, maybe. You know, that works, but then the damage is... Oh, okay, and the ping. That works, okay. That makes sense. So now I feel okay about having that auto barber value.
Here we go.
And we'll play our big minion to be a little bit threatening. Maybe draw out a fireball. Ah, the flame cannon. There you go. Good old mage. It's tough. It's tough to come up against a mage early on, but if you mount a bomber, does this split after it? Oh yeah, let's find out. Let's experiment. If we hit it twice, we'll find out. No, I guess not. Wow. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Mad Bomber. Much appreciated. Just 4 to my face, why don't you? That'll help against this mage. Crikey, talk about breakage. Breakage my face. Breakage these windows. Just in sheer fury. I don't even know what this one does. I think you can knock the... You can close the door. That's nice. I almost never play around with these, except for lighting the fire on the one that had to fire. Okay, 2/1/1s. Spectral Knight might be quite a solid play here.
Many options.
Also, Acolyte of Pain and Flesh-Eating Ghoul, because... Yeah, let's do that. Because they kind of... There's 1/1s on the board. 1/1s are not well equipped to deal with really either of these cards. Okay. Play the Spectral Knight, I guess.
For the Lich King! This is our town, Scrurry.
And I hit in the face.
Job's done.
The risk is here that we get Flame Striked. Actually, you should always kind of play against Flame Strike, really. So I probably should have hit into this chappy here and got our value. You always want to assume the mage has Flame Strike, even this early on, when it's, you know, there's no guarantee that it's a great deck you're up against. Our 2, 3, 7.
The light protects me.
Feel okay about that. Alternatively, we play the War Golem. We kill this. We trade this into the 5/5. I think maybe that's a nicer play here.
You're looking at me.
There we go. The other option was to play the Sharpsword Oil, but it's a little bit RNG-ish, and might have let us trade in, but it might have gone on to here, might have gone on to like the Worgen Infiltrator if we'd used that to combo. This way we've got a big minion that isn't going to die to Flame Strike and that the mage has to deal with. Oh, interesting. I see what the ploy was there. That Eviscerate is going to be very, very helpful for us. We got 2 and the Stab here, and then we play the Healer. I think the Healer doesn't die to Flame Strike, although it will die to Flame Strike and Ping, but then that doesn't leave mana to deal with the Golem. So this, and then the Healer, and then the Eviscerate.
For not a
we go. Pretty happy with how that all turned out in the grand scheme of things. This +1 health is nice. It might come in handy. I'm kind of tempted to hang on to it in case we have something with 4 health. Play off against Flame Strike.
Are you ready for this?
I mean, I'm never completely ready. So, okay. 2, 5, 9, and then the armor plating on here to give it the... I think that works. The logic of the armor plating is that
Here we go.
it keeps this thing alive if Flame Strike happens, or it forces the ping at least if Flame Strike happens. Still could be, presumably they don't have Flame Strike, but they could be drawing at any time. A 10-5 is scary, and the 4-1's not going to survive here, but that's fine. They come and they go. Playing the Infiltrator I don't feel is particularly helpful here. And this kind of dies to Flame Strike, so I'm... kind of tempted just to leave things, you know, and then we've still got stuff in our hand. We can kill with what's on the board. We don't want to... If I throw both of these out and then this card is a Flame Strike, then we just lose, pretty much. Almost guaranteed.
You win
This time, we win. That looks difficult, but we salvaged it. And that's the power of Rogue. Rogue often seems like it's going a little bit wonky at the start, but you get that weapon, you get that value, you build the tempo, you gain board control, and then you pray that they don't have Flame Strike. And that's pretty much the key to anything in Arena. You know, get that early pace, claim the board control, win the game. Hope they don't have Flame Strike. Zephyr. Fly away on my Zephyr.
Watch your
I feel it
back.
more than ever. And in this perfect weather, we'll find a place together. I kind of want to try... I don't know how good the coin barber is, but I almost kind of want to try it here. It might depend what they do.
The pleasure is mine.
It's a bit of a weird play. This guy's gonna be thinking, what a scrub, he coin hero powered. Who coin hero powers? There we go, see, that's what I was hoping for. And he's gone, look, this is useless. His hero power is not gonna do anything against my 3-2. Come on, end your turn. He's forgotten. He's sitting there going, he's sitting there typing to his friend, oh, this guy just coin hero powered. I've won the game.
Here we go.
Boosh. See? I'm not a complete fool. It was all part of the plan.
Bathe in flame.
Not really a great surprise.
Here we go.
But okay, we trade in. Get a 4-3 on the board. Just kind of, see, because now this can trade up into a potential 4-drop. Or into this thing, I guess. Sure. There we go. Nice and simple. Man, imagine having to draft a Silverback Patriarch. That's upsetting. Look at this trade-in we can make here. That's great stuff. Put the thing that can't be targeted in the middle. I'm not really a fan of hitting face with the dagger, just sort of willy-nilly. I do it sometimes, but especially in deck where we've got the oil, the Tinker Sharpsword Oil. You know, we could play Micro Machine into Sharpsword Oil, and we've got the 2 charges, and we don't have to worry about re-upping our weapon. That's an interesting one to choose, the 5-2 over the 5-5. I guess it does get bigger, but it's still a 2 health minion. Okay. Fan of knives. I mean, fan of knives is okay.
I wonder.
And then trade the creeper in. Sure, let's do it. Let's see what we draw. If not, we'll play Micro Machine. Okay, that's fine. We'll play Micro Machine as well, I think. Maybe that's too much stuff. I think that's too weak to swipe. If we play the Worgen Infiltrator as well. It's just because it will just clean up 3 of our minions. Oh, come on. Why'd you take that one? That's just mean.
Powering up. Portals online.
I feel hard done by there. Okay, so we can do this. We can then Sharpsword Oil and see what happens. And then that leaves us with the Eviscerate as a backup. Okay, great. Trade in here. Trade in here.
Here we go.
Trade in here. I actually did that the wrong way around and took 1 too many damage, but I was intending to do it the other way. I just kind of didn't click the way my brain wanted to click. But it's cool. Okay, we trade in here. Get hit for 8. Play the heal bot. Play the ringleader. Sure.
Here we go. I can't do that.
First kill.
This is our town. Scrub. Alternative, I could have played the Drake. No, I couldn't. It would have cost 4. It cost 4 mana. I only had 3. See, this is a nice thing to have against Druid because they're kind of their only real board clear is, I guess, poison seeds, and that doesn't do it. It's important to keep our health up because you never, even in arena, you never know when you're going to run into Force of Nature, Savage, or... Oh, okay. I guess that's, yeah, the thing that kills this. Okay, that makes sense. Well, now you've just made the trade easy for me because everything dies anyway. I would have actually probably just hit me in the face there. Oh, I guess our Volcanic Drake's going to be free, or as good as. So that's nice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice big minions on the board. That's where Volcanic Drake really does come into play. When the opponent's forced to set up a big board wipe like that. Oh, there's the poison seeds. You did have poison seeds. Who has poison seeds? Oh, crikey. I like this a lot. Does this win us the game here? I think it might do. 4, 10.
Here
Does.
we go.
We don't even have to hit the Warlord. Look at that Sharpsword combo. It's basically like we're playing actual Oil Rogue, except in Arena. I mean, all you need to do to play Oil Rogue is have oil, I guess. That's kind of the core part of it. It has other bits and bobs to it, but we won't worry about those. It's a really good card. Getting 4 attack on that weapon is fantastic, you know, and then obviously the buff to the hero is just an added boon. And I love an added boon, you know me. Worthy opponent. Great. Okay. Rexar. Esparados. Like Desperados, but without the D.
You're back.
Hunter. We can play a young priestess against a hunter. Doesn't leave us with a turn 2 play. I was almost tempted to get rid of the flesh-eating ghoul.
The pleasure is
I mean, our turn 2 play can be hero power if needs be. Oh, look at this. This is nice and aggressive. Feel okay playing this against the hunter. It can't necessarily kill it. Makes him wary of kind of trading up into it. Oh, the web spinner. And this is great because we've got the hero power. So we can just bonk it with the hero power. Hit him in the face. And if needs be, we can play Auto Barber next turn if it benefits us. Or, you know, we can save this for turn 4. Coin Auto Barber.
Let the pain speak to me.
Yeah, which is... Yeah, I feel okay about trading in our young priestess. It's not perfect, but getting a 4/3 flesh-eating ghoul, I like that well enough. It does mean giving them 2 cards.
Job's done.
I don't like that, but you make sacrifices for your craft. So that's what we've done here. Right. There's a little glowing gem up here. Yeah, this is the fire. This is the one I like. Look at that. Lovely. You can click this. It turns into a zebra at some point. Just keep clicking. I'm just gonna... I bet that's real good in your ear.
So many options.
No, I guess it's knife auto barber, right? That's an okay play, even if we don't hit anything with the knife. I really want to get... See, now I've started clicking on this, so I apologise for all this clicking. Unless you're really into clicking. There we go. There's the zebra. Oh, multi-shot. That damn multi-shot.
Here we go.
That thing did 8 damage to my face. I don't like that at all. But, you know, you take what you can get. We got our board control back. As a rogue, you've got to hit things with your face a lot of the time. In fact, maybe even more than the warrior does. Okay.
Let the pain speak.
Little bit spooky. Just a little bit spooky. Explosive trap. Figured as much. A little bit sad, really. Our Murloc Warleader is going to die, but I think our Murloc Warleader has to die here. I guess we could. I mean, it's a 1/3. Hunters don't have a ton of buffs, especially not for an Acolyte of Pain.
I wonder.
No, let's trade it in. Don't want to run into anything fancy. There we go. What have we got damage-wise here? For turn 7, we've got I mean, they're all combos. But we'd have 5 attack, 6 attack on this. Is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I mean, that's good.
I wonder.
Not enough, but it's good. Give a minion 4 attack. I think we do that, right? We cold blood. Or we could play the play the cold blood, play the Sharpsword Oil, and then eviscerate this and hit it in our face. It gives us a dangerous minion.
Choose soon.
Sure. I don't super love this play.
Here we go.
But I think it's an interesting one. It's a very aggressive thing to do against a hunter. But hey, let's take a risk. This is terrifying. Like, if he can't deal with it, it's an 8-3. He can probably deal with it. Here comes the huffer. It's always huffer. Pro tip, it's always huffer. I don't think hitting this is too good. Like, you just take too much damage hitting it twice at this point facing the hunter. Oh. There's the Misha. I always forget Misha's name. I always remember Huffer because it's Huffer, and I remember Leok for some reason, even though it's one I feel like I don't see too often.
Where shall I strike? Here we go.
Okay. Play the Direwolf Alpha here. I mean, it's just another thing to die, really. That's kind of my concern. I prefer to play the Direwolf Alpha when I can use the buff attack. See, look at that. That would have been awkward. Although he wouldn't have killed all my stuff necessarily, but... Man, rough Tims. I don't think we're going to win this one, boys. Even with the Sharpsword Oil. Splat.
Here we go. Well played.
Tough times. We took that risk. You know, retrospectively, I maybe could have traded in the dude, but then the thing is, we wouldn't have had anything to buff with all that stuff. I don't think we would have been in a much better position that way. We were just kind of lacking minions to do stuff with. Hunter got too much tempo early game with the Acolyte of Pain draws and stuff like that. Yeah, and that cost us, which is fine. You know, these things happen. Onwards. We go onwards. Because that's what we do. Okay, I wonder who our next opponent will be. Again, this deck, not incredible, but I think it can do okay. I think we can squeeze a few more wins out.
Valeera versus
Oh, the god of Bitcoin.
I must protect the
A wealthy man.
Watch.
As Bitcoin presumably is still worth a decent chunk. I haven't really been keeping up of late. After Bitcoin really exploded, I haven't really... I think we can get a better 3-drop than Flesh Eating Ghoul. We didn't, but we did get Haunted Creeper, which I like. And Bloodsail Corsair, I think, is okay turn 1
The pleasure is
when you're not facing a weapon class. Just play lots of 1-2s. Yeah. Oh no, not the Robocub. Oh, he's gone for the 2-3. Why you gotta do this to me? I trade in both my creatures? I mean, I guess so, because this just... this dies, but it doesn't die quite so easily. Like these two could kill it, but I'd be left with nothing on the board. I think, at least with the Haunted Creeper, I can maintain some semblance of board control, and then we can flesh-eating ghoul the spiders next turn if we like. Well, I say that we may not get a chance to if we have to deal with this guy. The ideal situation is that he hits our spider, but I presume he won't do that, knowing that that's not beneficial to him. No, he's going to in fact kill the other thing, which is actually okay. Right, Direwolf Alpha is alright here. If I bop through this with the Bluegill Warrior, alternatively I can Fan of Knives. I think maybe a Fan of Knives. There's lots on the board. Trade this in. Lovely. If he leaves the spiders out, we've got the flesh-eating ghoul as an option next turn. We've also got the Direwolf Alpha, which is maybe a better option.
Bathe in flame.
2-5 is still scary. A lot of... Okay, if we Direwolf Alpha, we can kill both. We can kill everything. I will only just leave the Direwolf Alpha on the board, but that's okay. This is a close little opening. It's we're kind of just trading away little weenie minions here, back and forth here. We've got some okay things in our hand. This isn't a good turn 5 play, really, if I'm honest. I think that's a better turn 5 play, certainly. Bop you down there, bop you down there. Hope he doesn't have swipe, which is unlikely because it's a druid. And even a couple of wins in druid's probably going to have a swipe, because most druids pick up swipe. I feel like I tend to miss out on a lot of the big board clears. Don't get many swipes, don't get many flame strikes, or at least not recently. Hopefully that'll change. Your luck runs hot and cold, so. Ah, still gets the +1 attack. See? Weren't thinking about that, were you? How do I feel about sort of rushing down a bit here? We're getting to a point where a 2-attack weapon's not incredible. So I'll use a hit of it to kind of try and scare the druid a little bit. The 2-attack's really good on the first thing, but as you go in you kind of want 3 or more once you get to this stage of the game. This much stuff on board, I'm always tempted to sprint. But it's quite a slow play, and if we're being aggressive I should probably just put more on the board, because the druid doesn't seem to be dealing with our stuff very efficiently, and that could be enough to win us the game. With any luck, they didn't seem to have that much of an answer. They used a Starfire on a flesh-eating ghoul. It's kind of drastic, so that implies to me that there wasn't a good answer. Okay, anything else coming out? Oh no, swipe to our face. Okay, that's probably a good sign, to be honest.
I concede.
Don't end the turn and then concede. Let me hit you in the face. Hit you in the face. Damn it, God of Bitcoin, you can't run away like that. They ran away. Okay, but 3 wins, 1 loss. That's alright. This deck's kind of doing about as well as I could have hoped it to do, I think. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, be sure to bop that like button. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know how badly I misplayed, how you might have drafted differently, because I always like to hear that. What cards you value a bit higher that maybe I didn't rate. And subscribe to the channel for more Hearthstone, other stuff. I've been Ken, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Cheers!